Good morning, students. Today I will continue the concepts of the previous class. Limits at infinity and infinite limits. Based on these concepts, let us take these problems. Limit as n goes to infinity. 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus so on. 2n minus 1 by 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus so on 2n. Limit as n goes to infinity 1 plus 3 plus 5 and so on up to 2n minus 1, that means the sum of n terms, by 2 plus 4 plus 6 up to 2n, again sum of n terms. Sum of in the numerator, sum of first n natural numbers, again in the denominator sum of the first n even natural numbers. These are the odd natural numbers, these are the even natural numbers. So this is our question. Now coming to solution of this one. The given limit is limit as n goes to infinity 1 plus 3 plus 5 and so on n terms 2n minus 1. Sum of the first n odd natural numbers by sum of first n even natural numbers. But 1 plus 3 plus 5 and so on to n minus 1 is. These are all the terms which are in AP, whose initial term is 1 and common difference is 2. The initial term A equal to 1. The common difference is 2. These are all in AP. In AP, sum of n terms is given by n by 2 into 2A, 2 into 1 plus n minus 1 into D, that is 2. Sum of n terms of AP may be applicable here. So that n by 2 into 2 plus 2n minus 2, these 2 cancel and these 2 cancel, n square. That means the sum of the first n natural numbers, sum of the first order n odd natural numbers is, first n odd natural numbers is n square. Similarly, taking 2 plus 4 plus 6 and so on to n. These are also in AP by sum of n terms of AP formula. Here A is 2, common difference is D is 2. That is n by 2 into A means 2, plus n minus 1 into D, D is also 2 here. That is n by 2 into 4 plus 2n minus 2, which gives us n by 2 into 2n plus 2. You can take 2 as common here and you can cancel these 2, so that we get n into n plus 1. The numerator value is n square, the denominator value is n into n plus 1. So the required limit, therefore given limit is limit as n goes to infinity n square by n into n plus 1. That is limit as n goes to infinity n square by n square plus n, or dividing with n square, here 1 by 1 plus 1 by n, dividing the numerator and denominator with n square. Dividing the numerator and denominator with n square, we get limit as n goes to infinity 1 by 1 plus 1 by n. As n goes to infinity, 1 by n always goes to 0. Already as limit x goes to infinity, 1 by x goes to 0. Based on that, this part becomes 0, 1 by 1 plus 0, 1. Otherwise, this is a rational function, f of n by g of n as n goes to infinity form, f of n by g of n as n goes to infinity form, so that the degree of f is same to that of degree of g. The degree of numerator is same to that of degree of the denominator. In such case, the rational function as n goes to infinity clearly takes the value a naught by b naught, where a naught is the maximum power of the variable in the numerator and coefficient of maximum power of the variable in the numerator. Similarly, b naught is the coefficient of maximum power of variable in the denominator. Here the variable is n. So, maximum power in the of n in the numerator is n square. The coefficient is 1. Similarly, n square coefficient here is also 1, 1 by 1, which gives us 1. In such case, you can evaluate the limit by using that formula also, or otherwise dividing the numerator and denominator and reducing this function as a function of 1 by n and apply the limit. This is one more process. This is a better procedure. So, reducing the given function as a function of 1 by n and apply the limit. That is the working principle here. So, the required limit is 1. Based on limit as x goes to infinity, 1 by x goes to 0. Based on that one, this 1 by n goes to 0. So, 1 by 1 plus 0 is 1. Next, similar problem. This is also an important one. Limit n goes to infinity, 1 by 1 into 3 plus 1 by 3 into 5 and so on, 1 by 2n minus 1 into 2n plus 1. Limit as n goes to infinity, 1 by 1 into 3 plus 1 by 3 into 5 and so on, 1 by 2n minus 1 into 2n plus 1. Now, the limit given limit may be modified as, consider this difference. Once you consider this difference, this is 2 and this is also 2. Multiply the numerator and denominator with the difference at first. Once the denominator has the same number of factors and the difference of the factors are same, multiply the numerator and denominator with that difference. So, 1 by 2 into 2 by 1 into 3 plus 2 by 3 into 5 and so on, 2 by, this is 2n minus 1 into 2n plus 1. Now, it may be written as 1 by 2 into limit as n goes to infinity, 2 by 1 into 3, 2 by 1 into 3, this is not 1.3, 1 into 3, this is one factor, this is another factor. So, 2 by 1 into 3 is 1 minus 1 by 3. On simplification we get 3 minus 1, 2. 2 by 1 into 3. That means 3 plus. Similarly here, this one may be written as 1 by 3 minus 1 by 5. Next 1 by 5 minus 1 by 7. Like that. 1 by 2n minus 1 minus 1 by 2n plus 1. Difference of the terms or difference of the terms involved in the based on the factors in the denominator. You can arrange the terms, each and every term, as the difference of two successive terms, so that these terms cancel here. This one cancels in the next one and this one cancels in the previous one, so that ultimately the total limit reduces to limit as n goes to infinity 1 minus 1 by 2n plus 1. As n goes to infinity, this 2n plus 1 always infinity. 1 by infinity. 1 by infinity is 0. Hence, the required limit is 1 by 2. Writing the given terms of the series as differences of the successive terms. This method is called telescopic method. Already we taught in the series. So, apply that telescopic method to reduce the given limit to the form function to the form of a function in 1 by n. So that as n goes to infinity, this part becomes 0. 1 minus 0 gives us 1 by 2 into 1. That gives us half the required limit. So, you can use the telescopic method to evaluate such limits. Next one. Next problem. Limit as n goes to infinity 3 power n plus 1 plus 2 power n plus 2 by 3 power n minus 1 plus 2 power n minus 2. Limit as n goes to infinity 3 power n plus 1 plus 2 power n plus 2 by 3 power n minus 1 plus 2 power n minus 2. In such case, this is also limit at infinity, limit at infinity. So, to evaluate such limits particularly, write the given terms like 3 into 3 power n. This is 3 power n plus 1 may be written as a power m into a power n base, a power m plus n. Based on that, you can write 3 power n plus 1 as 3 power 1 into 3 power n, 3 into 3 power n. Similarly, this is 2 square into 2 power n by this is 3 power minus 1 into 3 power n here plus 2 power minus 2 into 2 power n is here. Now, out of 3 power n and 2 power n, as n being enormously large and positive here, n goes to infinity means n is being positive and enormously large. Out of, in such case, out of 3 power n and 2 power n, the bigger value is 3 power n clearly. Take that bigger term common here. So, taking 3 power n as common here in the numerator as well as denominator. 3 plus 2 square is 4 into, you can write 2 power n by 3 power n, which is 2 by 3 whole power n. This is our numerator. By coming to the denominator, once you take 3 power n as common, we get 3 power minus 1 is 1 by 3 here, 2 power minus 2 is 1 by 4 here, into 2 power n by 3 power n, that is 2 by 3 whole power n. You have to apply the limit to this one. Both the limits are one and the same, just modification of the function only. So you can remove this 3 power n. Once you remove 3 power n, the total function reduces to the form 2 by 3 whole in terms of 2 by 3 whole power n, a function of 2 by 3 whole power n. As limit n goes to infinity, 2 by 3 whole power n is always 0, because limit as n goes to infinity, a power n is 0 when a lies between 0 and 1. This is our concept. Limit as n goes to infinity, 2 by 3 whole power n is 0, because since limit as n goes to infinity, a power n is 0, where n is positive and lies between 0 and 1. Because a value is considered that lies between 0 and 1, and its power increases enormously. Ultimately, this value reduces to 0, nearing to 0. For example, I will take 1 by 2 whole square. This is 1 by 4, 1 by 2 whole cube, 1 by 8, 1 by 3 whole, 1 by 2 whole power 4, 1 by 16. As the power is increasing, the denominator increases here. Once the denominator is increasing, automatically it goes to 0. Here 1 by 2 is the value that lies between 0 and 1. So any value that lies between 0 and 1 and takes its power enormously large, then it automatically nearing to 0. Hence, as n goes to infinity, here the terms involving 2 by 3 whole power n becomes 0. So this term becomes 0. So that the given limit by this formula becomes 3 plus 4 into 0 by 1 by 3 plus 1 by 4 into 0. So this is 3 by 1 by 3, clearly 9. The required limit is 9. That is the approach. This is very important one. You can take it as a note. You take it as a note point. Limit n goes to infinity, a power n is 0 for a lies between 0 and 1. Limit as n goes to infinity, a power n goes to infinity for a greater than 1. In particular, a equal to 1, the limit does not exist because it takes 1 power infinity form. So once a is greater than 1, a power n as n goes to infinity is infinity. Whereas whenever a lies between 0 and 1, the base is positive and lies between 0 and 1. Clearly, limit as n goes to infinity, a power n is always 0, n being a natural number. N being a natural number, this is valid. Where, of course, where n is positive. Once n is positive number, positive natural number, n being positive, of course, limit as n goes to infinity, a power n is always 0 once the base lies between 0 and 1. Once the base is more than 1, it takes infinity. This is an important approach here. Similarly, find the limit as n goes to infinity, q power n plus p power n. Q power n plus p power n, where q power n plus p power n by q power n, where q is greater than p. This is also a simple limit. Limit as n goes to infinity, q power n plus p power n by q power n, as q greater than p. Once q is greater than p, q power n is more than p power n being natural number, and it is n is positive and it takes enormously large value. This q power n is greater than p power n. So, the given limit may be written as limit n goes to infinity, take q power n as common, so that the numerator becomes 1 plus q power n into 1 plus p by q whole power n by q power n. You can remove this one. If q is greater than p implies p by q is less than 1, where p and q are, of course, the bases are positive always. So, p by q lies between 0 and 1. Therefore, p by q as its power goes to infinity is 0, so that it becomes 0. So that we get 1 plus 0 given limit, hence 1. 1 is the required limit. Just a simple application of that note. Another problem. Limit x goes to infinity. This is x plus 1 whole power 10 plus x plus 2 whole power 10, x plus 3 whole power 10, and so on until x plus 100 whole power 10 by x power 10 plus 10 power 10. This is our problem. Limit as x goes to infinity. Limit as x goes to infinity. X plus 1 whole power 10 plus x plus 2 whole power 10 plus x plus 3 whole power 10 and so on. X plus 100 whole power 10 by x power 10 plus 10 power 10. To evaluate this limit, express the given function as a function of 1 by x at first. Write the function as a function of 1 by x. This is function of x. Reduce this function as a function of 1 by x. So, you have to reduce all the terms of the function in terms of 1 by x form. To reduce it to 1 by x as a function of 1 by x here, take x common here. From this term, take x common, so that we get x power 10 into 1 plus 1 by x whole power 10. Similarly, from the second term also, take common x, so that x power 10 into 1 plus 2 by x power 10. Similarly, x power 10 into 1 plus 3 by x power 10, like that. and each and every term take x as common, so that we get x power 10 into 1 plus 100 by x whole power x, this is x power 10, x power 10, this is power 10 by this is power 10. Taking x common here, x power 10 into 1 plus 1 by x whole power 10. Taking x common, x power 10 into 1 plus 2 by x whole power 10. Like that, in each and every term, take x common. So that similarly in the denominator also, taking x power 10 as common, 1 plus, we get 1 plus 10 by x whole power 10. 10 power 10 by x power 10. 10 power 10 by x power 10 is 10 by x whole power 10. Taking x power 10 common, and you can remove this x power 10. So the total function reduces as a function of 1 by x. 1 plus 1 by x whole power 10. 1 plus 2 by x whole power 10. Like that. 1 plus 100 by x whole power 10 by this is 1 plus 10 by x whole power. Just I modified the given limit as a function of 1 by x. As x goes to infinity, 1 by x is clearly 0, 2 by x is 0, whatever may be the numerator, a fixed constant, 2 by x or 3 by x or 4 by x, as x goes to infinity, these are all becomes zeros. Hence we get 1 plus 0 whole power 10, 1 plus 0 whole power 10, like that, 1 plus 0 whole power 10 by 1 plus 0 itself, because 10 by x also as x goes to infinity is 0. Each and every term becomes 1, 100 terms. So 1 plus 1 plus 1, 100 times. 100 times. The denominator is 1 itself. So 1 plus 1 plus 1, 100 times gives us 100. The required limit becomes 100. This is the way of dealing such limits. Next one. Next, based on the factorials, limit as n goes to infinity, n plus 2 factorial here plus n plus 1 factorial by the denominator is n plus 3 factorial. Limit as n goes to infinity, n plus 2 factorial plus n plus 1 factorial by n plus 3 factorial. In such case also, reduce the function as a function of 1 by n form, as a function of 1 by n form, so that so to reduce the given function as a function of 1 by n form, out of these two factorials, you can take n plus 1 factorial as common, because in this factorial you have one more factor, namely n plus 2 more than this. So initially take n plus 1 factorial as common in the numerator, so that here we get one more factor, namely n plus 2, here we get 1 by, similarly you can write the denominator as n plus 2 factorial, n plus 1 factorial into the other factors are n plus 3 into n plus 2. along with n plus 1 factorial, we have two more factors in the denominator, namely n plus 3, n plus 2. So that on multiplication you get n plus 3 factorial. So now you can remove this common factor n plus 1 factorial. Now on simplification of the remaining function, we get n plus 3 by n square plus 5n plus 6. Clearly this is of the form limit as x goes to infinity fx by gx or f of n by g of n as n goes to infinity. The degree of the numerator is less than the degree of the denominator. In such case, the value is clearly 0. That formula may be applicable here, since limit as n goes to infinity f of n by g of n, where f and g are certain polynomials in n, is 0 for degree of f is less than degree of g. The numerator's degree is less than denominator's degree. Clearly, it gives us the limit as 0. That concept can be applicable here. These two are, since these two are polynomials, this is first degree polynomial in n, this is second degree polynomial in n. So this is f and this is g, where degree of f is less than degree of g. The degree of the denominator is more than the degree of the numerator. Then as n goes to infinity, the rational function takes the limit 0. One more important one. This is also an important one. Limit as x goes to infinity 8 mod x plus 3x by 3 mod x minus 2x. Limit as x goes to infinity 8 mod x plus 3x by 3 mod x minus 2x. X goes to infinity. X goes to infinity means x is so large and consider it as positive. X goes to infinity means x is enormously large, so large, infinitely large, and it is positive. X goes to infinity means x is so large and x is positive. You can take like this, x being positive and so large, x positive, therefore mod x takes the value x itself. Once x is positive, mod x equal to x itself. Hence the given limit becomes limit as x goes to infinity 8x plus 3x by 3x minus 2x itself. That is limit x goes to infinity. This is 11x by x. Yeah, you can remove x. So ultimately the limit is 11. X goes to infinity. X goes to infinity means x is so large and x to be considered as positive. Next one. In case of x goes to minus infinity, similarly, take this problem. Limit as x goes to minus infinity, the same function 8 mod x minus plus 3x by 3 mod x minus 2x. In such case, as x goes to minus infinity means x is so large or so small here, since it is negative sign, having negative sign, x is so small and negative, x is negative here. So x goes to minus infinity means x is negative. x is less than 0. Therefore, mod x takes the value minus x. Hence, in such case, given limit is limit as x goes to minus infinity, minus 8x plus 3x by minus 3x minus 2x. Ultimately, we get limit as x goes to minus infinity. This is minus 5x by minus 5x, which gives us 1, because minus 5x by minus 5x gives us 1. The limit of the constant is 1 itself. So, you can observe the difference as x goes to infinity and x goes to minus infinity. In case the given limit consists of mod x. Next one. This is one important one. Limit as x goes to infinity, 5 power x into sine of a by 5 power x. Limit as x goes to infinity, 5 power x into sine of a by sine power x. Such problems may be asked in objective examinations. Limit as x goes to infinity, sine of a by 5 power x. Okay. So, the given limit is here. I can write this limit as limit x goes to infinity, sine of a into 1 by 5 power x by 1 by 5 power x. I am taking this 5 power x, this 5 power x to the denominator. Once you take 5 power x to the denominator, we get 1 by 5 power x. Clearly, this is of the form sine a some y, a y by y. So, taking 1 by 5 power x as y, 1 by 5 power x as y, then y goes to 0 as x goes to infinity, because 1 by 5 power infinity, 1 by 5 power infinity, 5 power infinity is infinity, 1 by infinity is 0. So, then y goes to 0 as x goes to infinity. Therefore, the given limit takes the form limit y goes to 0 sine a y by y, which is clearly a itself. The required limit is a. Next, find the limit as n goes to infinity. 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square and so on, n square by 2n cube plus 3n square plus 4n plus 1. Limit as n goes to infinity, 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square and so on up to n square by 2n cube plus 3n square plus 4n plus 1. We know that the numerator 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square up to n square, sum of the squares of the first n natural numbers, sum of the squares of first n natural numbers. So, sum of the squares of the first n natural numbers is given by n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6. This is our formula to evaluate the sum of the squares of the first n natural numbers by 2n cube plus 3n square plus 4n plus 1. This is 1 by 6 times, because it comes to the denominator, 6 comes to the denominator. So 1 by 6 into limit as n goes to infinity. This is n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by n cube 2n cube plus 3n square plus 4n plus 1. Now observe the numerator and denominator. Both are polynomials in n. This is a polynomial in n whose maximum power of n is cube, because n into 2n cube. So the coefficient of n cube is clearly 2. Here is also the maximum power of n is 3 and its coefficient is 2. The numerator's degree is equal to denominator's degree, and the coefficients of maximum powers in the numerator and denominator to the n is same, 2. So hence we get 2 by 2 is our limit. So this is 2 by 2, since numerator's degree is same to that of denominator's degree. Since numerator's degree of numerator nr is equal to degree of denominator dr. Numerator's degree is same to that of denominator's degree, and maximum power coefficients are same, 2 and 2 here. Hence I am taking a naught as 2 and b naught as 2. Based on that formula, the required limit takes the value 1 by 6. So based on this one sigma n square formula, since I am using sigma n square, that means 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square until n square is n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6. I am using this formula here. Based on this formula, you can write the numerator as n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1, which is a cubic in n, whose leading coefficient is 2. Leading coefficient means for a polynomial maximum power of the variable coefficient. Coefficient of maximum power of the variable. That is nothing but here 2, the leading coefficient. Here the leading coefficient is 2, 2 by 2, that is 1. These are the limits related to limit at infinity. Limit at infinity. Next one. Now, problems based on 1 power infinity form or 0 power infinity, like that. Next problem. Find limit x goes to 1, x power 1 by 1 minus x square. Limit x goes to 1, x power 1 by 1 minus x square. By substituting x equal to 1 in the function by direct substitution method, we get 1 power 1 by 0. 1 by in the exponent, 1 by 0 gives us infinity, 1 power infinity form. Clearly, the limit reduces to 1 power infinity form. In such case, the given limit may be written as e power limit as x goes to 1, the exponent 1 by 1 minus x square into base function minus 1, base function minus 1. Already the formula is given to you. In case of 1 power infinity especially, in case of 1 power infinity, limit x goes to a fx whole power gx, if it takes 1 power infinity form, which is equal to limit as x goes to a, the exponent function gx into base function minus 1. This limit to be evaluated, and taking that as exponent of e, we get the required limit. So, limit as x goes to a, instead of a, here we have 1. This is gx, this is fx minus 1. That is immediately limit as x goes to 1, x minus 1 by the denominator is 1 minus x into 1 plus x. This is limit as x goes to 1. You may cancel the numerator minus 1 times by 1 plus x. As x goes to 1, clearly it takes a finite value, which is 1 plus 1 minus 1 by 2. So, the required limit is e power minus 1 by 2, which is a finite value, 1 by root e, because e power minus 1 by 2 is 1 by root e. The required limit is 1 by root e. Similar problem. Limit x goes to pi, 1 minus 4 tan x whole power cot x. Limit x goes to pi, 1 minus 4 tan x whole power cot x. X goes to pi, tan x is clearly 0, cot x is infinity. So, it takes 1 power infinity form. Once by direct substitution, the limit reduces to 1 power infinity form. In such case, go through this formula. So, the given limit is nothing but e power limit as x goes to pi, exponent function gx is cot x into base function 1 minus 4 tan x minus 1. This is our limit. Exponent function gx into fx minus 1, base function minus 1. You can remove this one, so that the limit reduces to the form e power limit as x goes to pi, cot x into minus 4 tan x, minus 4 tan x cot x. But tan x into cot x is clearly 1. Tan x into cot x is 1. So, the limit reduces to minus 4 itself, e power limit as x goes to pi minus 4. So, this is a constant independent of x, hence it takes minus 4 itself. The total limit is e power minus 4, which is 1 by e power 4, where e is an exponential number, the value lies between 2 and 3. So, this is the way of dealing the limits, which takes the form 1 power infinity. Once you put by direct substitution method, once the limit takes the form 1 power infinity, go through this formula, this one. They comes under special limits. Similarly, limit x goes to infinity, 3x minus 4 by 3x plus 2 whole power x plus 1 by 3. Limit as x goes to infinity, 3x minus 4 by 3x plus 2 whole power x plus 1 by 3. As x goes to infinity, the base function is clearly 1 because the numerator's degree is same to that of denominator's degree, and x coefficient is here same to that of x coefficient. A naught is 3, B naught is 3, A naught by B naught is 1. So, as x goes to infinity, the base function takes 1, whereas the exponent takes infinity. So, clearly it is 1 power infinity form. Since it takes 1 power infinity, go through the same formula. By observation, since the given limit takes the form 1 power infinity, so you can write the limit e power, limit as x goes to infinity, exponent function x plus 1 by 3 gx into base function minus 1. Base function minus 1. This is e power, limit as x goes to infinity. Clearly, this one is x plus 1 by 3 into 3x minus 4 minus 3x minus 2 by 3x plus 2 here. Because on taking LCM and on simplification, 3x minus 4 minus 3x minus 2 here. You can remove 3x. Minus 4 minus 2 gives us minus 6 by 3 minus 2, which is a constant. So, minus 2 into limit as x goes to infinity, x plus 1 by 3x plus 2. As x goes to infinity, clearly the numerator's degree is same to that of denominator's degree. Hence, A naught by B naught is nothing but ratio of the leading coefficients is clearly 1 by 3, which is finite. So, that e power minus 2 into 1 by 3 itself, that gives us e power minus 2 by 3, the required limit. So, once the limit takes 1 power infinity form, take this formula, e power limit as x goes to a, limit as x goes to whatever the limit x goes to a, gx into fx minus 1. That is the approach. And this is an important one given in examination, objective examination also. Limit as x goes to infinity, a power 1 by x plus b power 1 by x plus c power 1 by x by 3 whole power x, where a, b, c are real, non-zero. A, b, c are real, non-zero and non-zero. Once a, b, c are reals and non-zero, limit x goes to infinity, a power 1 by x plus b power 1 by x plus c power 1 by x by 3 whole power x. It is clearly, you can reduce this to the formula. Here put 1 by x as y. So, x goes to infinity implies y goes to 0. Then given limit takes the form limit y goes to 0, a power y plus b power y plus c power y whole power by 3 whole power 1 by y. Just I am changing the variable here by proper substitution. Taking 1 by x as y, x becomes y, 1 by y. So, that a power y plus b power y plus c power y by 3 whole power 1 by y as y goes to 0. This is clearly a, b, c whole power 1 by 3, cube the root of a, b, c. By the known formula, this is formula already given to you, and we are generalizing this formula also. So, that is clearly cube the root of a, b, c itself. You can deal such limits as per the given formula. Next one. Similar type problem. Limit x goes to 0, 1 power x plus 2 power x plus 3 power x and so on. N power x by n whole power 1 by x. This is also straight away formula. Limit x goes to 0, 1 power x plus 2 power x plus 3 power x and so on, n power x by n whole power 1 by x. By the known formula, straight away formula, we know that limit as x goes to 0, a power x, a1 power x, a2 power x, a3 power x and so on, an power x by, because here we have n terms, by n whole power 1 by x is clearly nth root of a1, a2, a3 and so on an. This is our formula where a1, a2, a3 are reals and non-zero. So that given limit is, this is nth root of 1 into 2 into 3 into until n. So nth root of 1 into 2 into 3 into up to n is n factorial. You can write it as n factorial, which is nothing but n factorial whole power 1 by n. So the answer may be nth root of the product of 1, 2, 3 up to n, or nth root of n factorial or n factorial whole power 1 by n. In any form, the limit may be given. This is given in JEE mains. Limit as x goes to infinity, x square plus 5x plus 3 by x square plus x plus 2 whole power x. JEE mains question. Limit as x goes to infinity, x square plus 5x plus 3 by x square plus x plus 2 whole power x. As x goes to infinity, the base function is a rational function which is of the form fx by gx, where fx is a second degree polynomial, gx is also second degree polynomial. This base function takes 1 as x goes to infinity, and the exponent function gives also infinity. So it takes 1 power infinity form clearly. It takes 1 power infinity form. So that in such case, the given limit may be written as e power limit as x goes to infinity. The exponent is the power function is x into base function minus 1. X square plus 5x plus 3 by x square plus x plus 2 minus 1. Apply the limit to this one. This is e power limit as x goes to infinity. Take x as it is, and on simplification we get x square plus 5x plus 3 minus x square minus x minus 2 by x square plus x plus 2. Now on simplification, this x square, you can remove this x square, and collecting the like limit, and on simplification we get x into 5x minus x is 4x. In the 3 minus 2 gives us plus 1 in the numerator by in the denominator x square plus x plus 2. Again, the rational function whose numerator's degree and denominator degree is one and the same. Here is maximum power of x is 2 and here is maximum power of x is 2. So, fx by gx where numerator's degree fx is equal to denominator's degree and x goes to infinity. So, in such case e power you have to take the leading coefficients of numerator and denominator. The leading coefficient of numerator is 4 by denominator is leading coefficient of denominator is 1. So, which gives us e power 4. The required answer is e power 4. It was given in JEE mains examination, screening examination. Try to practice such problems. This is one more important model. Limit as x goes to 0. This is 9 power x minus 2 into 6 power x plus 4 power x by sin square x, which comes under exponential limit. So, this is limit as x goes to 0. It may be written as 3 power x whole square. 3 power x whole square is nothing but 3 square whole power x. A power m whole power n may be written as a power n whole power m. So, therefore, 3 power x whole square is 3 square whole power x, 3 square is 9. Minus 2 into, this is 3 power x into 2 power x. Once the powers are same, taking the product of the bases, we get 6 power x plus 4 power x is 2 power x whole square by sin square x. The given limit may be modified in such a way. So, limit as x goes to 0. The numerator may be written as 3 power x minus 2 power x whole square by sin square x. Now, divide the numerator and denominator with x square. That means you can write this one x square by sin square x. Dividing the numerator and denominator with x square, we get this one. Now, this is limit as x goes to 0. Now, you can apply the limit as 3 power x minus 2 power x by x whole square here and 1 by limit as x goes to 0 sin x by x whole square. Now, you can take this x square to the denominator and apply the limit. The total limit may be written as the product of two limits. We know that limit as x goes to 0, a power x minus b power x by x. Limit as x goes to 0, a power x minus b power x by x is log a by b to the base e, log a by b to the base e by exponential form. Limit as x goes to 0, a power x minus b power x by x. This is the x is log a minus log b. log A minus of log B to the base A. So, based on this, this is log 3 by 2 to the base A whole square into 1 by, this is clearly 1 square. Limit of x goes to 0, sin x by x is 1 itself. Hence, the limit is log 3 by 2 to the base A whole square, the required limit. Okay. Tomorrow I will come with some more models or different concepts. Okay. Good.